Welcome to Fight Week. Does it feel different this time than it did the last time you fought him?
Feels similar. I mean, when I fought Serghei or when I fought Ty?
Yeah, Sergey.
It's totally different. That was a fight night in Norfolk, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels different for sure. We're totally different fighters since then.
He said the same thing that you guys have both, it's been so long. He couldn't say really if you'd improved, but have you seen him improve?
Yeah, I did. Yes, he for sure. I saw a couple of his fights when he got a very good performance. Using his skills like, throwing these takedowns, making submissions. I can see he gained some weight, and that's muscles mostly. So more power, more strong. For sure, he's a different fighter.
What sort of fight are you expecting from him this time around? Do you anticipate another 3-round fight, or do you feel like maybe you can get in and out of there pretty quick?
Um, I am pretty sure he's a tough opponent still, and tougher than the first one. So it will be a tough to finish him like in the first. But I really got the feeling that when I go to the fight, I just want to do it as quick as possible. So I see it same this time, but it's a tough fight. So we'll see.
When you got his name, was there any excitement left? Because I know you've already fought him, so maybe there's not the excitement of a new opponent. Or would you have rather it be somebody different?
Uh, it's always excitement when UFC calls and offer you a fight. Even though I've been here long and have lots of fights, it's still the same. I know how UFC was a big dream for me before. So whenever they call me offer a fight, I'm always excited. Sure, I rather fight someone who get me closer to the top, but I feel like you can gain something in every fight. So I was just excited because I love MMA. I love doing it. I like to be active, and I have a fight. That's the matter.
So what would a win mean for you? Because like you said, you wished you were fighting somebody who could get you closer to the title. Do you feel like a really great win against him could propel you forward? Or what's the goal with a win from him?
Yeah, for sure. The something that I'm seeking in this fight it's to put on a good performance. That's it. Win the fight in a good fashion. That would be awesome. So that's my dream. That's what I imagine for him. I know he's tough, and challenge makes me more excited. Knowing how big challenge he is, but that's the things I'm looking for. Great performance.
Thank you.
Marcin, different haircut style this week. What was the decision behind that?
Uh, the previous haircut was like a more coincidence. This was more like a mistake, couple of mistakes. I didn't do any mistakes during this preparation. So none in a camp, none in a haircut.
And so I wanted to ask, did you see Tom Aspinall's last fight? And if you did, what were your thoughts on the performance?
I saw the fight, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think what this guy is capable of, and how quick that was, and where is the roof? That's the only question. Who can stop him right now? I cannot tell. I know Jon Jones in his prime time maybe, but now he's might be a little bit older than the skills might be not there. So I don't know. It's crazy where he's going to.
Do you think Aspinall is the most dangerous fighter in the division?
I think so. Yes, right now, sure. He proved it. He proved it in this performance.
And I just want to ask, where do you think you are in the division? I know you're ranked number 8, but the top of the division is a little backed up. So where do you think you are, and how many wins will it take to kind of enter that title picture that is a little backed up?
Hard to say. I'm trying not to go so much ahead because I've been in the situation when I had like a very close. I've been in a fights when I was really close, to getting there, and I didn't manage to do it. So right now I'm just trying to focus on the fight. That's what I'm doing. it's like my fight with Aspinall was like two fights ago. So right now it's like looking for some answers that I don't know yet, and see what I can do to be the top 5 fighter.
Have you been watching any of the Olympics? And if so, what do you think about how Poland is doing?
I watched some. We didn't have so much time to do all the sports I like to, but we actually this morning we watched volleyball. Poland play US, and we won. So yeah, that's. We might not get so many medals that we want to, but it's still pretty good.
Do you think MMA should be in the Olympics, or is it a little too complicated because of injuries and a lot of people would have to pull out after a fight or two?
I didn't look at that way, or maybe that would be an issue, but I think it should be on the Olympics since I see so many other disciplines that are really, not as famous as MMA, and they are there. So I think it should get there.
Thank you.
Just going back on the Jon Jones things, everything seems to be pointing that we'll see that fight at the end of the year. Are you confident? Do you think we'll see Jones fight Stipe by the end of this year?
I think so. Yeah. If they still keep it, as an option, they probably do everything to do it. So I think we'll see it.
Do you think the winner will stick around to unite the belt versus Tom, or do you think somebody might win the belt and just set the belt down and say that was all I needed? Are you confident that the winner will defend the belt or unite the belt, I should say?
Well, saying that, it's like I would be saying that somebody is a coward and don't want to face Aspinall. But these guys, Jon and Stipe did a lot for MMA, for the divisions they were in. So whenever they decide, I still see it as long as those kind of guys wanna fight together, I wanna bring attention to the UFC, to the MMA, I'm cool with that. And if the winner give up after the fight, just hang up their gloves after the fight, I'm also cool with it.
I think I saw in an interview somewhere where you said that you credited the current win streak that you're on to a change in your mindset. Is that true? And if so, what's been the change in the mindset that you're currently on right now?
It's the thing that there's really hard to explain it. It's the mind is so weird place that words cannot describe everything that's going on in your mind, right? And but it's a different feelings. Like I start to feel like more being an MMA fighter. I think being a UFC fighter, see this organization, being the guy who really wants to be a part of it, who really wants to be a part of great stuff, and that's bring me more motivation to do more work, hard work. It brings me like more people in my life who I really wanted to, but I didn't know I might. So that's kind of a stuff that changed in my mind.
That's awesome. I know we hear from a lot of heavyweights sometimes that they prefer 3 rounds. Do you prefer 5 rounds where you get to sell more of yourself, or do you like 3 rounds?
I don't want to be like so confident about I can go 5 rounds easy, because it's not it's not like easy. You can fights is not the same when you fight and when you spar but I'm pretty confident about my cardio. Everyone tells me that my biggest weapon is a cardio, even in a sparring, and I prove it in the fights too. So I would say that my advantage, the 5 round fight.
And I know a lot of people, and we were even talking to Serghei earlier about takedowns. He's one of the highest percentages of takedown accuracy in the heavyweight division. Is that something that you guys really worked on in camp, is to kind of defend against the takedowns? Yeah,
absolutely. This fight and the previous fight was the same. I knew how strong Serghei is, in the clinching, in the wrestling, in the grappling. So it didn't change. I think he developed in this aspects too. So yeah. We work on it.
And I know the last time you guys fought, he was, I think at the time, maybe 25 years old, I think. How different do you think that young, maybe less experienced 25-year-old would be different in this fight? Does that play a big difference, that youth and the inexperience in that previous fight, you think?
It might go both way. You know, I see lots of fighters who are, you know, at a young age, they can put on a great performance, but, you know, keep it going, it makes them tired, you know, and you know, less capable of doing great things in fights. So, but other fighters, I get experience, getting, you know, more tough, and they are better fighters in time. It's you know how many you know competitors were there, and they, after a couple of fights, and you thought they were prospect, they were gone.
Yeah.
You know, it can go both way. He can be much tougher. He can, you know, be you know, may grow some doubts in his life. Either way, I don't look at this. I just I'm just looking at him as a, you know, great the best version of him facing me on Saturday.
And last for me, what are your keys to the victory? What do you need to do to make sure that you get your arm raised on Saturday?
For sure, not let him, you know, take me down, not let him punch me and apply my stuff. That's as simple as that. I've never, you know, share so much of a game plan for that, but because how I see it, you know, you just learn on your sparring session what you want to do, but in a fight, your brain has to react. It must be reaction. So I don't go to the fight and feel like I want to start like this or like that. I just want to be sure that my reaction is there.